Welcome to the Fantasy Pavilion, your home for fantasy sports. This is the #1 place for all your fantasy content. We do the research, so you don't have to. But wait, so you don't play fantasy? We have you covered with all your F1, IPL, and UCL content. So head on over to the Fantasy Pavilion YouTube page, like, subscribe, stay connected with us. We have all the content you're looking for. Fix that team though, and do better. The last year it was really shaky. But this year we're doing better. We're doing better this year.
Welcome to the Fantasy Pavilion, your home for fantasy sports.
Yes, guys, welcome back to the Fantasy Pavilion, your home for fantasy sport, and we are back, ready for some action, ready to discuss game week 6, of course. And I'm joined here by Rachel, just waiting on the guys to jump in, right? My usual panelists, just waiting on them to jump in and come through. But of course, guys, game week 6, Champions League was this week kicked off, so we saw some key players, key assets take part in Champions League. Now we are, of course, just waiting now on predicting, and of course, it's time to play guessing of who will start, who wouldn't start, who to captain, with certain captains, you know, take form, catch form. So let's see. So, of course, before we do all of that, let's take a quick gander back at game week 5. So, of course, game week 5, just to take a look at some of the assets that performed well. And then, of course, let's take a look at our teams. And, of course, who is on top of our fantasy league, mini league right now. Okay, so let's take a quick gander. So, of course, we had Liverpool against Wolves. Started off a bit dicey. Of course, Wolves took the lead. Neto, a name that we've been speaking about recently, with one of the assists, and of course, Kichan with the goal. Now, Salah has been very consistent, Rachel. Very, very consistent.
He has.
He is just not scoring. We can't be paying 12 for somebody that's not scoring, right? But we'll take the 2 assists on the chin and move, because of course some of our midfielders did not perform too hot, but we'll get there. So Salah with 2 was a brace of assists, Gakpo, Robertson with the goals, and Elliott with one of the assists. So big up Liverpool. Not another game where they've come back from a losing position and not doing too bad. So, right. So Salah, of course, consistent and definitely someone to keep in your team. Yes, he has some interesting fixtures coming up, but definitely someone to keep. Brighton versus Man U, 3-1. Very, very interesting team lineup of 6 changes. Of course, don't panic. For those who don't know, Estupinian just being rested from international break. That's all. So he will be back in the fray. Of course, it's going to be a very important asset for them on Thursday, tomorrow. So I think he'll definitely still play on the weekend. Of course, Pascal Gross, João Pedro, didn't start him though, benched him, but I'm still staying on that mountain for a little while. So João Pedro and Welbeck scoring against his former employers. And of course, Lamptey with a brace and assist, and Idringa with an assist. You had anybody there at all, Rachel? No.
No.
Right, and of course, the lone goal coming from Hannibal. I don't even know who Hannibal is. Rachel was just schooling and educating me on Hannibal.
And saying that he should be in his starting lineup this weekend and not on the bench as a substitute. Bring him on.
Might as well, nothing to lose.
He scored
right?
the only goal last week.
Yeah. But it doesn't work that way. He will go hard with this team that probably played in Champions League. right? Hoyland not looking bad, to be honest. I won't bring him in as an asset yet, but he's not looking
So
too bad.
should we drop Rashford? I already dropped Bruno last week.
No, I wouldn't drop Rashford. Too soon. They playing Boone. They have some nice fixture swings
Rashford
coming.
has just been giving me 2-2-2
I know.
for the past 5 game weeks. Very disappointing.
But to be fair to Rashford, he
Sorry, 7-7-2.
to be fair
But
to
still, it
Rashford,
felt like 2-2-2.
yeah, I know. But he has not. It's I don't know. It's remember it's a lot of things, injuries, and then of course the mental with all the background stuff. But based on the fixtures, based on what he's been doing, he's looking okay. So just end product. I wouldn't drop him just yet, unless that is an immediate fire you think you need to put out. Go ahead. But for me, please, I don't have other fires. I have defensive headaches to get rid of. So I wouldn't drop him just yet. Not
Okay.
against Burnley. All right. This is the team I want to talk about here. So of course, Aston Villa 3, Crystal Palace 1. Aston Villa, sorry, on fire.
Yes.
Unai Emery have the boys playing. 2 key injuries and still going strong. Leroy Bailey, Douglas Luiz, Turan with the goals. Digne with an assist again. Watkins scoring points again. Diaby scoring points again. We had him a game week 1 and dropped him. Not regretted it, but Edward scoring for Crystal Palace. Matata assistant. Edward has been on a decent consistency streak.
Yes.
Obviously, I will not recommend Edward, but a Watkins, a Digne, yes, they have some fixtures coming there, but the way that they're playing, I'm not afraid of them not scoring at least, even if one's on the
So you think they'll score against Chelsea?
Definitely. Food. Definite food. Definite food. Definite food. Outside shout for Captain Diaby. Just joking.
No.
Just joking.
Do not.
No, but nah. Chelsea, the way play Chelsea playing right now, food. Spurs 2, Sheffield United 1. Now, of course, everyone was expecting Madison masterclass, Son masterclass. I've been saying
Anything.
that Son is not super consistent recently. So Madison would have been your best shot for sure. Richarlison was the shocker. Goal and assist. Kulusevski again on the score sheet. No bad press assistant. Sheffield took the shock lead, but Tottenham showing that they're here.
Yes.
They're doing well.
Yes.
Very good start so far. Of course, they're going to be halted this weekend. We know why. They're going to be stopped in their tracks this weekend.
We shall wait and
But
see.
not that kind of show.
No.
Right? And of course,
I'm too early for that conversation.
Hema with the goal, Robinson with the assist. They're never too early to battle Spurs. This one. Man City 3, West Ham 1. So, again, now Bernardo, Haaland, Doku looking very good. Look good in Champions League as well. Has some nice skill. Could be someone to look for as Man City progress in Champions League. He might be someone that gets tipped to play more of the EPL games. So keep that in mind, guys. I know. Let's just stick with Haaland and finish because.
So what about Alvarez?
I don't know now because of the injuries. It might not be a bad shout, Alvarez, because it's so cold, Palmer. And bare bones. I saw men they brought, so I don't even know some interesting
And he
players.
played well this week
But
in
Pep
Champions League, Alvarez.
Pep likes to rotate, but again, injuries may force him to push and play Alvarez. Alvarez was brilliant, a brace of assists, Bernardo with an assist. So, yeah, big up Alvarez all the time. We have him on our YouTube team combined with Haaland, so it's not a bad shout at all. Right? Ward-Prowse. Consistency, doing really well. So far with the assist. I think it's time to bring in Ward-Prowse, guys. Despite the opposition, still get. That's what you want to see. Despite facing daunting opposition, your assets still score a goal or still bring something.
What is his percentage owned?
I can check that for you in a bit. Yeah, I can check that for you in a bit. That's a great question. Right, I'll check that for you in a bit. Just remind me.
Yeah. I just wondered if more managers brought him in or if he's still
differential.
Differential sort of pick.
Now, Newcastle narrowly, luckily, 1-0 over Brentford. Brentford threw away some really good chances. Wissa was not as clinical as we know him to be. But Wilson doing his thing, going with the assist, of course, Wilson. It was a pen, right? Yeah. So Wilson, Isak just disappeared like the avatar since game week 1.
Mm-hmm.
Nowhere to be seen, and just like that, he just disappeared. But Pope with the clean sheet, vital clean sheet points. I've been fan track, so I'm very happy. Botman bonus points, Trippier bonus points, Shaw bonus points. All the defenders got all the bonus points actually. So solid there from them. That always works out really well when you own those kind of players. And of course, the greatest team in London finally since 2017, Rachel, defeated Everton away at Goodison Park.
Mm-hmm.
4 losses and 1 draw. Now we can finally say 1 win, 4 losses and a draw. So big up Arsenal, Leandro Trossard, and of course Bukayo Saka with the assist for Saka, bringing in some vital points there for everybody. A vital 6 points. And Trossard with 11, but Trossard, of course, rotational. But clearly getting the nod for Champions League. Of course, he is by force. Martinelli is injured. So we may see him play this weekend against Tottenham.
Okay.
So, yeah. Of course, we saw Ramsdale not starting in Champions League, not starting in Premier League.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel he might be tipped to play. He might play against Spurs.
We wait and see.
Ateta might say, well, all right, give Riley 3.
I think he's going to let Raya.
Yeah.
So what
Well, it's
else?
a big test, huh?
Yeah.
But, I mean, none of us have those keepers, really. So, yeah.
Who do you say are the top keepers
right now?
Right now.
Ariola. Leno, Ariola.
Turner?
No, of course, according to these stats, they will have their stats. But in terms of who the save points kings right now, Ariola.
Yes.
Ariola.
Okay.
Ariola for sure. Leno doing well, too.
Because I had him on my bench this week.
4 points. 4 points.
Oh,
yeah. Because you can see 3 goals and still made 4 points. That is brilliant. The only person that beat that was Pope because he got the clean sheet.
Yeah.
Right? Iwoni doing his thing again. Didn't score but contributed points consistently.
Yes.
We are sleeping on Iwoni.
We're not listening to you, yes.
More respect. Right? No, Iwoni. Right, and it was a brilliant goal from Callum Amsterdam. I different saw the goal.
No.
Beautiful killer. Brilliant. And that saved them and they were able to manage a 1-0 draw. So not too bad there at all. All right, so let's get into let's take a look back at our teams. Let's take a look back at the points that we scored. And who's on top of our table. And how our team is doing, how the YouTube channel team is doing. Doing very well if I say so myself. Yes, now. Bear with me there. All right. How are your team faring so far, Richie Poo?
Well, I was going good up to last week, but the 29 points that I scored really brought down position rank. So I'm back down at the bottom of my mini league, unfortunately.
Well, for those who are following on Instagram, our socials, I would have posted on Instagram our team. So 58 points for Game Week 5, 101,779. That is our rank out of 9 million plus people taking that. Of course, give or take a few bots, so people who already give up already, but taking that. So solid up to on 2 points. Gabriel 5, Gusto 6, big up Gusto. Saka 6, solid 10. And then Alvarez 9, Haaland 12. Nothing to cry about on the bench. So, and of course, green arrows galore. Right? So solid there. So
yeah. Unfortunately, I had 9 points on the bench. That's really what hit me this week.
For sure.
I had the of Chelsea on the bench, and I had Ariola on the bench.
Yeah.
So, because Edison only gave me 2 points versus Ariola's 4. Hash and Anderson gave me 1 point each versus DRC's 5. So, yeah.
Right, see, Stefan, they can't be steadily rich. True, very really. Big up Caps, talk to me. What's going on? How was the game week? I see you mashing up some money leagues, boy. Right? I ain't calling names, but I see you on top of some money leagues. Well done, bro. Well done. Cash them for everything they have, bro. So, of course, on top, let's take a look at our top 3 at the Island Pavilion Cup, of course, sponsored by Island. They at one place. Guys, check them out. Great food, great atmosphere, great price. So, all your sporting content, not just football, UFC, every Saturday night. Of course, there's NFL just resumed as well. Any Champions League, of course. London Derby this weekend. Right, I won't be able to be there, but of course, F1 and all, anything, all the sporting needs, one place, Island Bear, chill and grill. All right, of course, Fet match 11. Let's see what he's so 55 points. His rank is currently, wow. You want to hear his rank, Rachel?
No.
You sure? Rachel?
Go ahead. Tell me.
4,195. That's his rank. He's on 349 points. And his game week rank was 1,220,000. His game week rank, and I was 600 something. Anyway, he had Colwell, Saliba, Salah, and that's it. Midfield dead. And then the captain, Alan, of course, and had Alvarez. Ariola was on the bench. I heard a boop. That means someone is in on the panel. Pick up man like Paul.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, man, Paul. We joined
sorry
our friend Rachel.
Sorry for being
Not-
started a little technical difficulties, but I got to sort it out.
No problem. No, you saw Rachel was on. I just wanted to collect herself. I understand. Don't worry about that.
What's up?
We now going.
Hi, Paul.
We now going through just this is the our number one person right now in our Island Pavilion League, Paul. What's his rank? 4,195. Right? 55 points. But
Doing well. Man.
yeah, not too bad. But the game week, I mean, everyone's game week, this is thereabouts. You'll see here 55, 50 something. His midfield wasn't too hard, literally just Salah to his whole midfield. Right? And then, of course, Colwell, Saliba in the back, and then Alvarez, Haaland. That's the combo right now. Well, we'll talk about that in a bit. Right, next up, the rising sun, Joshua Leaping of that's with, right, of course, 43 points. His rank 15,353. He's on 340 points overall. He had Leno, just talking about keepers. He had Leno, nothing in defense. And his midfield is only propped up by Saka. That's it.
Enough.
Everybody else was just a CXC score. 1 and 2. Right? Haaland, captain, Alvarez, 9, and yet Ariola on the bench. So nothing to cry about there at all. Nothing on the bench. And then we have our winner from last year for our league, Avidesh Puddle of Mudrik, 52 points. He is on 28,244. 335 is his rank. Nothing keeper-wise but Gusto. Midfield propped up by Salah, Ward-Prowse, and Diaby. So solid there. And of course, up top, he had Haaland, captain, and Iwoni with 5, and then nothing to cry about on the bench. So solid from everyone. So the league pumping, my Paul boy. The league is pumping.
Yeah. Everybody going on.
Yeah. Because even if we take a gander, right? If you take a gander like 326 and whatnot, top 10, right? Our team in the top 10, they were 324, bro. Like that's crazy. And then after that, 323, 322. So not bad. So
once you cross 300, you're doing really well.
So in note, I think depending on how great you do, by game week 6, you're on 400 already. Most of these people will be on 400.
They will.
Paul,
especially if they triple captain somebody.
Oh, yeah. You see the kind of thinking there, Paul, talking about triple captain early. It's too.
But it's actually true though. The top managers in the world, they actually use the triple captain. I think, right? Like if you watch overall rank, some of them already use the triple captain, bench boost, free hit. It's crazy.
But we are glad for them, Paul. We are happy for them. We wish them the best. April 2024 started hit so and it started jam people with tips.
When you real happy season.
All we have to do right now, Paul, is just keep with the pack.
Yeah.
Because
and that's the thing, it's not too much, although we're looking at, some of the 340s and thing, and they like quite 4,000 you will and thing. Like they're not far off from people who like 300 or a little bit underneath, So it's still the pack is still kind of close. I think you'll start to see a little more separation soon as the fixtures change and stuff like that. Injuries start to happen, Champions League situation. You might start to see some changes soon. But
Yeah,
everything's
double.
supposed to.
Yeah, but because my personal team is 800K, 30 something.
Yeah,
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 800K right
yeah.
now. I will take that. I would gladly wish it cancel FPL right now. Take cancel, just cancel everything. I take
Is
it,
that right?
right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, so I mean it's still early days, but of course it's just to stay with the pack, be smart, don't differential the captain at all. Captain Haaland and differential the team. According to great words of Gabe. Don't right? Don't you could keep the captain what everybody have, but do not differential the captain at all. Differential the team. And I think Haaland is the best choice moving forward, but we will get there. So of course, let's get into the segments one time. So of course, buy, sell, hold. Paul, help me out here. Who are the candidates for this game week 6?
Well, I think it might be hard to overlook Salah any longer. I think I think it might be imperative that you bring in Salah soon,
Okay.
because Liverpool fixtures changing and Salah just keep returning, boy. Like he's an assist beast right now. He not
Yes.
scoring no big total goal, but he just keep returning. So yeah, Salah looking like a good buy. If they could jump on him early before the fixtures swing, because I know Liverpool fixtures after game week, I think is 8. They're going to get really good. But they have one or two tricky fixtures before that. I think they play Spurs, but Spurs is a team you could get at. So
Yes.
I think by buying Salah could work out if you get him early. Yeah, could work out for any
Yeah,
longer.
Spurs and Brighton.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Tricky games, but they're scoring. They're scoring. That's the key thing.
yeah,
They're
that's
scoring.
the key thing. Yeah, they
He's
score.
12.5. How do you swing at 12.5 at this
Well,
stage?
you have to sell 2 mids. That's not performing.
Ooh.
Free transfers, and I think you would have some money. It depends on how your team break down. You could book it to suit.
Not when you have a Son and a Haaland on your team.
Well,
You can't then bring in a 12.5.
well, they get rid of Rashford. Simple.
And the good thing about it, like the midfielders around are not that cheap, not expensive, So you could work to suit. Alvarez is cheap, if you're going for a cheaper striker, Alvarez is cheap. With this guy from Brentford, Visa,
Yeah.
it have real options, so it could be done. Is either that or you use your wild card and you make it work, or a cheaper Liverpool asset. A cheaper Liverpool asset like Diaz or Jota could work as well. Darwin,
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
So,
I was looking at Darwin, and he's affordable and
So it's an
performing.
option as well.
Yes, Darwin is on my radar.
All right. And why are we selling Rashford? No, I wouldn't sell Rashford.
We are not selling
Why are we
Rashford.
selling Rashford?
We are not selling Rashford.
Yeah, we could hold up on Rashford. I mean, Burnley
So
are
hold
winning.
Rashford. Hold Rashford. We hold in.
We holding for 2 more weeks.
Rashford, yeah. Hold him for a little bit again. He's getting
Alright.
chances, he's getting opportunities, and as you could see, Højlund is looking very, very good so far for Manchester United. That a nice start.
Right.
So Rashford could even be providing assists soon. You never know.
And Bruno is looking good today. So if Rashford could get in the right position and Bruno just direct the ball, we good,
Okay.
Yep.
Well, then who do we sell, Paul?
Chilwell.
Sterling.
Alright.
Any Chelsea player we sell.
Nah, I said
Chelsea.
Sterling.
Actually, Reece James is back at training, so maybe it might be getting monitor for now, but
yeah, when I get one game again, or one game. I get one more game. I doubt he will just play the free.
Right now, Chelsea's not looking that good,
Yeah.
Even though they have one or two, I mean, they just probably have one or two more games that good on in terms of looking good on the fixture list. But
on paper, correct.
But they've been really underperforming, and I think it might be time to sell their assets, especially Chilwell. Chilwell was benched. You see, Chilwell was benched for the last game against Bournemouth because I think they said they didn't want to play him as he was playing in a left wing role, and Pooch said he wanted to play Modric instead. He preferred playing Modric, and instead of pushing him back to left back, This guy is playing there, Levi Colwell.
Colwell,
So
correct.
yeah, so I don't know. It looking shaky. Even when Chilwell was starting, he was only getting 60 minutes. So I don't even know if his position is really fit
Secure.
anymore. So he might
Yeah.
be a sell. Yeah.
All right. Okay, I'll take that. I'm not upset with that. That's a solid assessment there. All right. So transfer plans or transfer ideas, suggestions, anything for game week 6. Talk to me. Who we looking at? Who you looking at for your team personally? And then who you looking at that you can't have right now, but you think is a good shout?
I'm thinking about. I'm giving thought to Salah, but not just yet. It'll be too much work to have to do on my team. Actually, considering our wild card because it have some players there who just not making sense right now. Jackson is the next one. Nicholas Jackson. He mentioned him in his cell, but I may look to offload Jackson. And probably bring in a striker like Alvarez, who's been performing, he's been consistent, or even Wisa, as I said before, for Brentford. You know, they have some good games coming up, and he's looked pretty impressive. The Brentford team itself has been impressive. Another transfer plan could be taking out Chilwell and bringing in Trippier or Botman, one of the Newcastle defenders, because their fixture starting to look good as well. So one of those three for me so far are kind of weighing up. I think if I have to make more than 2 transfers, I may be considering a wild card too.
Would you bring in a Luton player because of their double game week coming up?
Double game week. That's the thing. And I don't know. I don't know if I sold on them as good assets. I mean, they're cheap. It would just be for just that week. And in the past, I've seen people like this guy from Watford burn me, with that double game week. I don't know if you remember Jared.
Yeah.
I think who was it, Pedro or someone of the Watford strikers, and everybody went down on that train and nothing.
It was Dennis, Dennis and King.
Dennis, yes, Dennis and King. And everybody I remember he get it was a red card.
I didn't even bring him in. I didn't bring him in.
Yeah. So I wouldn't go down that road. I mean, if you want, you could, but if it is you're looking at a possible buy, maybe Morris.
I have
Luton.
Morris. So, I brought him in last week.
Or if you have a Luton Town asset like this guy as well, Kabure, you could also start him, have him start that week. Just
Kabure,
for that week.
Kabure, yeah.
So in other words, if you have those assets, play them. But if you do have them, I wouldn't go out of my way to buy them.
Yeah, I wouldn't burn a transfer for that. Yeah.
Well, I have Morris, so I guess I'll start him again.
Yeah, you could try and start him. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and do you think Wisa will perform this week or no?
Brentford has Everton, and they're playing at home. Brentford is playing at home, so that's a good matchup. Everton hasn't looked good, so I would start. Yeah, I would definitely start Wisa.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. I like that. Caps rate to sell Bruno. Me too, boy. Caps way. Me too. I think I did, but as on my other team, I could always try and show that after. Right. I think I did. I think I brought in Salah.
The thing is, he looks so good today in the game, huh?
Yeah, but that's Champions League. That's in this bright light, this spotlight. They like those kind of stages, Differentials.
He's been looking good all season, He's been creating chances, but it's just Man United not finishing the chances.
Differentials, game week 6. What's it? Oh yeah, so
I was asking if Word Prowse is a differential. I think he's owned by 8.6%, is what I saw.
That's a differential.
So then once you're under 10%, you're differential.
Well, that's what we say on. We say 10. We
10,
say 10.
12. Okay.
Yeah. Differential, good shout. Yeah, we talking about him long enough. He's the most consistent. I want to say again, Iwooni.
Yes.
6th consecutive time now, Paul. I want to say Iwooni again.
Yeah. Although he didn't do anything. He didn't do anything against.
He assisted. He assisted.
He assisted. Oh yeah.
Bro, wait, the disrespect, boy.
He just keep it to that. Sorry. All right, so yes, he is definitely a big differential in truth. For Spain City. Man
City,
City.
I not fighting licks.
True.
Red Star,
Even if Man
Belgrade.
City beat them 5-1, somehow he will be
Yeah,
involved in one goal.
he would
Yeah,
be
so
involved in that. Yeah,
he's a
and
good
he like
differential.
assist or something. Well, boy, if they start calling him up top together, Lord, high pressure because Callum. And that you saw that goal, Paul, from Callum.
Yeah. That was a wicked goal.
Jeez,
Wicked goal.
amazing.
Yep.
Yeah. Let me see, boy. Game week 6. Who's some other differentials I didn't call? Boy, that good for the game week. Caps, if you're there.
For that particular game week, we're looking at good matchups. Foden, I don't think is still highly owned. So I would like him as a differential. He's in my team, and I don't think I want to drop him as yet because City's still dealing with a few injuries, so
Yeah.
his place is secure. So
Yes.
he
But
could
what's
have
the
a good game
time?
against Spurs.
Yeah. No, but I was saying before, right now, no choice, to play
So they will
guys
start for them?
who play Champions League. Yeah, you have no replace. There's nobody. You
Yeah,
saw
Grealish
the
is
news.
injured.
I did know some of those subs he brought on, Paul, for Champions League. And first time Pep must ever use youths in his life
He
with
used some
City.
under 19s, yeah.
Yeah, first time. But by force, he doesn't develop youths. And I don't care who vexed with me. I said it. Anyway, next. So yeah, Foden, good shout. Alvarez is a differential, no, eh? How much you put on
No,
Alvarez?
everybody.
Alvarez getting basically everybody buying this now.
We're in competition for ownership.
Wow, it's so high. Damn.
I think he's
Really
the
that
most
high?
this week. Alvarez is the most bought
Broughton
player.
player.
Oh, what's in player? Okay.
Yeah. Everybody making his switch into Alvarez.
Yeah.
They see the light.
What about? Let's see why. So Brighton playing Bournemouth. We stick with Matoma. He's not differential. We stick with Matoma. But anybody else boy from that team catch your eye? Tough now. I feel Lamptey might get his shows again because Estupinian will play tomorrow. I don't know. Lamptey play real good.
I'm not certain about that. I feel like they might return to Estupinian. Maybe I'm trying to think of somebody else on that Brighton team. Is Ferguson still a differential?
I would like to think so.
Because I think he was rested. I think he should be returning. But I think I had to focus on what the team that they play in Europa.
Yeah, what happens Thursday? Thursday is a problem. See. Yeah. No, this is a good shout. It's a good shout because Martinelli injured.
And he scored today as well too. He scored and he got
brilliant goal. Brilliant goal. And it's North London Derby, so have to do it. Have to do it. No, let's move on. We'll come back to this because I want to talk about something. Captain picks. Forget Haaland. Don't want to get Haaland. Obviously, Haaland against Nottingham first. But just to touch on Haaland really quickly, did not do too hot against Belgrade in the Champions League. Should we keep the faith against Nottingham Forest? Different is Premier League is stomping grounds. That's a no-brainer, right? Of course, always captain Haaland. So I won't be too keen to hop off. But some decent alternatives, I would say, probably. Now I know people. I don't know why Saka in decent form. Odegaard, but of course it's a hard game. But a real good contender for captain this week could be Mbeumo. Playing against Everton. Everton's super sus right now. Dead in the mud. No wins. I think Mbeumo is a great shot. I don't know what you think there, Paul.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. If you have Mbeumo in your side and you're looking for a differential captain,
so you're gonna captain him.
He would be a nice call.
Team?
No, I wouldn't. No, I
wouldn't do that for the YouTube team.
No, I wouldn't captain him on the. We'll talk on that just now, but no. Obviously, Haaland is the shout, Paul. I don't think anybody will move from Haaland.
But if some people might feel, I wonder if Haaland might not get him minutes, because remember Champions League start, he played the middle of the week. probably Pep might be saying, I want to rest Haaland a little bit and
Yeah.
don't play the full minute. I don't know. I'm just thinking outside the box now. I know
Yeah. No, of course, of course, of course, of course. It's possible.
but
It's Pep.
that could push you to try something. I mean, Haaland's not perfect.
Yeah.
He may miss some chances. So yeah, if you want to think outside the box, I find Brentford player might be a good call.
Yeah.
And
And agree. So, what about going sideways and captaining Alvarez?
Yeah, actually, I was thinking about that too. Alvarez could be a good shot.
That's actually, if you have Alvarez, yes.
So we like that one.
I like that one a
They
lot. Yeah.
have a good matchup too. They come up against Forest. So yeah.
Yeah.
These are
If I had Alvarez, yeah.
All right. I think I like that shout too. I love
like
that
that.
Alvarez shout.
Yeah.
We in agreement with that?
Yeah, definitely.
One
What
more.
about Liverpool? Like, who's Liverpool playing this week? What about Salah?
Liverpool's playing who again?
I wouldn't know though.
West Ham. Oof.
Yeah, and he always scores against West Ham.
Yeah.
Always.
No. Yes.
Records against West Ham.
Yeah.
And
Not
after
bad
getting
at all.
Are they playing away or home?
Home. Anfield.
Yeah, so that is even that's a great differential shot there.
Yeah. And they
West
don't
Ham,
have Europe.
West Ham has been good, but they're leaking goals, and I think they're playing in Europa League as well too, and
Yes.
So-
Yes. And they don't have a full. I mean, the depth better than last season. The squad depth a little better than last season. So we'll see. Hopefully, WordPress not too tired. Need him to be fit and ready to score something or assist. I need him. But yeah, that's not a bad shout, I taken that. Give him a wild captain shout now, Paul, before we move on. Real wild, super duper wild.
A wild, this real wild, Yabi. What do you think?
Say that again?
Diaby.
I said that to Rachel. Diaby. Yep, great shout. Consistent, doing well. Chelsea's food right now.
I know it's a away game, but Aston Villa, and they don't normally travel well, but somehow I feel they're going and give Chelsea some problems this weekend. Diaby might be at the center.
Yeah, but since that heavy defeat early in the season, they bounced back very well and doing anything. Right. Caps agree with you, Captain Mo Salah. Yeah. So, but Caps, I'm asking, is this something that you would do, or would you stick with Haaland? What's the wisest thing to do, fellas? Paul and comment section. What's the wisest thing to do? The wisest thing is obviously to stick with Haaland. Right now. Stay with the pack.
You see how you had to look at it? You had to weigh, wait, like you had to look at the good and the bad. Okay, if our captain Haaland and he goes off and scores 2 or 3 goals, and then I do captain him and he does that, what will hurt you more,
Yeah.
Or if you captain him and he doesn't do anything, and then somebody else does something. You understand? You had to weigh the percentages, because I mean everybody own Haaland. You don't want to be on the wrong side of a hat trick and a hat trick.
Yeah. So for someone maintaining rank, you captain Haaland.
Yeah.
But for someone chase rank and not listening to the fantasy pavilion, they should captain.
And here's my weekly roast.
They should captain. And Burmo. Then someone solid Alvarez or something.
What if you don't have Alvarez
or Rashford?
No.
Yeah, I think I still
Would you
somebody
really captain Rashford this week though? Against Burnley?
A Rashford fan might. A Rashford fan might do it. But that's a good. But that's a good matchup. That Burnley matchup. Yes. Burnley has been keeping goals.
Won everything, yeah.
And you think he's hungry enough to push in and get at least an assist or something?
Yeah, he's always, to me, what's not? Marcus Rashford is the hungriest player I know. He is, when he get the ball, he want to shoot. That is one thing that we don't confuse Marcus Rashford with wanting a goal. But
even today, he took on some players today, and I was watching how he did it, and he was trying to get things going. He really tried it today.
And look, he got the assist. He got the assist to Hoyland. To Hoyland. So I feel Manchester United, they're getting there. They even have a few players returning in Mount, Varane, Amrabat. And you're seeing some improvement. You're seeing where they're playing certain parts of the game better. They're attacking the game. So I think they could have a good breakout game against Burnley this weekend once they
And hopefully
focus.
Hoyland will score again.
All right.
Yeah, hopefully Hoyland. Hoyland could be a good shout as well if you want to go the real differential.
Real
For
differential, yeah.
yeah, you know,
People
because
own
he's
him?
been
Not really, not yet.
Yeah. All right, so let's take a look at the team now, Paul. So 101,779 rank. Paul, this is all thanks to you and your contributions and everyone else that
yeah.
passed through. So well done. Big up. We up
Imagine
there.
imagine that we not even taking our own advice. Okay, the YouTube channel running good, but my squad, I didn't even
You
want to show you.
understand?
Yeah. It was bad.
You
It was
understand the maths? The maths not maths. If this team is 101, we supposed to be 90 something or at least 100 up
exactly. So now I just start watching this team. I just start watching this team. Start taking my own
there, right?
advice. Yeah.
Imagine you copy of the person next year, they get A and you get F, like, oh, right? So Edison playing like, so what I did, I just created a bus team. I didn't make any transfer without you or anything like that. All I did was put players in place, the best players to play in place. That's all. I didn't make any transfers yet. I think we're supposed to have two. So we
You
have
got to
two
free
free
transfers.
transfers,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So let me go through the team quickly and then we'll go straight from there, right, Paul? And Caps comment section, anybody want to weigh in, right? No problem at all. So of course, Edison in goal playing against Forest. Estepinian, I put him back playing against Bournemouth. Gabriel against Spurs. Tough game, but anything is possible. But we should probably, but he's back in the fray, so good to go. Gusto, right? Aston Villa could be tricky, but you never know me getting an attack in return. So that's what we're banking on for sure. More
Yeah.
Everton, food. Saka, looking all right, doing well. This team that they played against PSV Eindhoven today should start. Should start this weekend. That is the team I want to see every Sunday, Saturday playing in the APL. That is the team. Rashford against Burnley, very good matchup, as I said. Salah, West Ham, very even, but again, West Ham are conceding. They're scoring, but conceding. Leaking all goals. But Ariola is in a saving mood. Salah might have a pen. Hopefully, he scores and Ariola doesn't save the pen. Mitoma against Bournemouth. I'm hoping Mitoma could get back in the scoring sheet, the assistant sheet, the return sheet, and do something against Bournemouth. And then, of course, up top, the two City boys, Alvarez and Haaland. Of course, as Paul said, which is a very fair concern, the minutes. But what about Alvarez minutes, Paul? You think that is a concern?
I don't think so. I think Pep himself said it in the interview. Alvarez is almost undroppable. He made that comment in one of the recent interviews. I think it was before the last Premier League game. And yeah, he's right. Alvarez has been in real good form. He's kind of taken up that role left vacant by KDB with the injury. He's providing assists. He's providing chances for people. He's providing chances for himself. I don't think, and he's young too. You know, I don't foresee Pep dropping Alvarez right now. He's the last person, in other words, that Pep would drop from the team.
All right. So, what are the immediate fires? You have two free transfers. Paul always recommend if you have two, you at least use one. What is the immediate change you will make? No.
That team is perfect, but for one player. And I'm sure you don't already know who I'm looking at.
I want to say DK. Okay, Gusto.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's take a look. Let's take a gander. Let's take a look. Let's remember that.
I would get off Chelsea bandwagon. I just not impressed by them right now. And on top of that, as I said before, Rich James is coming back. So maybe you bite the bullet and you just use one of the transfers. You don't have to use the two right now. And just bank the other one and save it and just roll forward. But at least make one change with
for now.
For now.
And we have Kobore for the game week 7 madness. So we bad.
Oh yeah, you have Kobore on the bench. Right. So you're good to go.
We're good to go. So, but you see now the problem is when you look at the defending list in terms of the top, it have nobody that outstanding. That's the problem. So then you have to look at
Yeah,
fixtures now to guide your decision to say, well, all right, for this game week, maybe this person might keep a clean sheet, or maybe this person might assist. To me, the best thing might be just to start Kabore, but then Will scoring. So, and
yeah,
Luton need to start getting a win or something.
that's the thing about it.
That's the thing.
Yeah, it's a bit tricky unless you go for Brentford defender because their fixtures looking real good, and they have a good matchup against Everton. That could be
All
a
right.
that could be a way in.
But who's
Um,
it? So, well, you see, you have to
well,
go far to go down.
We got injured, so I feel either Pinnock or Ben Mee. Ben Mee gives you a goal threat.
But has Ben been starting a lot? Yeah, I do think he's starting
Yeah,
a lot.
he recently started. He started off with injuries, but I think he's back in
Yeah.
the
Well, I
starting
seen
lineup.
his flag, so I don't know. Him,
He
Ajay,
still,
and me flagged. Yeah, so I don't
he
know.
still have flag. Okay, okay. Pinnock.
Collins, I've been seeing Collins' name recently for them, right? Collins' name recently. Um, so he's one that I've been watching him because I've been looking at Brentford, thinking if I could bring in an asset from there. But I don't know, boy. If I have to go find an asset, only because of the game he's playing, though.
Unless you want to roll, what you could do too is roll and then just use one of the transfers on just improving your bench, take off the injured.
I
I
take
see
off
as
Baldock and go from there. Yeah. All right.
yeah. And what you could do is put a Spurs, take out Ballock and put a Spurs defender so that when their fixture run gets good. I mean, this week they are Arsenal, so you won't go for them now. And I think next week is Liverpool. But after that, Spurs bad, so you could probably jump ahead of the curve by bringing in a
Yeah,
Spurs.
because they play Luton and they play Fulham. Oh, not terrible at all. Then they play Palace.
Yeah, it's just these teams you don't want to bring in a Spurs defender right now because it's Arsenal. Arsenal definitely going to score against them.
Yeah, they're
And
playing
Liverpool,
Chelsea, Wolves, Villa. Not bad. Yeah, they have a decent. All right, not bad. But who's
yeah.
another functional defender right now? That's something I'm looking at, like right now, and that might and have a decent picture coming up. Like,
Who
okay,
would
what's
play this
the
week?
yeah
We would play
this
this
week?
week.
Let me see. Aston Villa playing Chelsea. That's deep, man. Who is it playing after? They're playing Brighton. Ooh, Brighton. That touchy boy. And then they're playing Wolves. So see, they're not too bad. Chelsea, Brighton, Wolves. They're not too bad. And then
Oh, Newcastle. Newcastle defenders. We have been overlooking Newcastle.
because yeah,
Newcastle.
they're getting bonus
They have
points and
Sheffield.
whatnot.
They
Yeah.
have United. And then, well, yeah, their run is, I think they have a nice run of fixtures.
That's not bad, no. Burnley, Sheffield,
Newcastle defender.
West Ham. It's not too terrible. Crystal Palace. That's not bad,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, Newcastle. Because remember, Newcastle started off the season with some tough fixtures. So now
Correct.
the fixtures gets easy for them. So either Botman or if you have enough money, probably you could go for Trippier for the attacking potential.
Oof,
Botman or
nah, I can't afford Batman.
Careful, Botman. Shucks. How much money have you?
4.2 if I sell Gusto, 4.1 if I sell Baldock. It's tight.
Yeah. Tight.
Yeah.
Oh, unless you do well. This is a little more out of the box, but sell Arsenal, the Arsenal defender, Gabriel. Think about it. Because Arsenal as well, besides the fact they're playing Spurs, I mean Spurs could score, but besides that, Arsenal fixtures starting to get a little more testy as well.
Yeah, because after Sheffield, but after Sheffield, Newcastle, Burnley, then they have Brentford.
It's a mixed bag.
Yeah, mixed, boy. But Gabriel is a man to score. Gabriel is a man to score against Spurs, boy. Now, see, this is the kind of game I'd rather keep those kind of men who are not be amped and hyped to score against Spurs.
Yeah.
If you understand. Then men will be hyped. All right, well, then I guess we roll, but I don't know, sometimes it's good to use one at least, or at least get rid of Baldock. We at least get rid of Baldock. If we not doing anything,
if you get rid of Baldock, how much money have you in the bank? You'll have how much?
Still 4.1. Still 4.1.
4.1, so it's exact. Who's that cheap? Unless you look for a cheap
Start. Wow. Quite expensive. Inflation. Who's this 4.0? Oh, Anderson. Nah, don't want that. Wow. It cannot be this hard. Tough out here.
What about Crystal Palace?
Dell,
Who's Crystal Palace playing?
Basham, Martinez, Van Heck.
What
Crystal
about
Palace.
yeah, Crystal Palace? Check their fixture.
Crystal Palace playing against Fulham. So a tricky game.
Yeah, it's a home game. Home game.
Home game.
And I think
Now,
they have the fixture is not bad either.
the only wildness is Lamptey, but Lamptey not sure what to start ever again.
Or I think in this, what about if you do the two now and just take out the two defenders? Yeah, but that's the same. Basically about the same thing.
Yeah. Might as well roll it. He's saying I agree to keep Gusto because even if Chelsea doing bad, he could do something. It'll be end to end. It'll be end to end. He could bring something. At least for this. Let me roll. Like, what we gonna do again, boy? Let me roll it.
Your team too good, man.
Yeah, wouldn't touch unless, as I say, we bring in Lamptey for bad luck, but that's 3.9. I mean, he's 3.9, but he's not guaranteed to see a blade of grass ever again. With Estepinian back, but with Estepinian play Tuesday, then he rest him Saturday. As Lamptey did do well.
Yeah, but probably monitor that. Yeah, monitor that and see.
Yeah. All right. So we stick to pick team. We make sure we captain Holland. Bam, 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 bada, bam. All right. I think good with that. And I'm gonna, anybody in the comment section if you think anything else should change. I think we go with this. Now, when should we wildcard this team for? Because
game week 9
9 is when some of the big boys playing some food teams, and then some of the big teams playing some big teams. So that'll be a nice time to transition as well. And then I think by then, teams like Nottingham Forest, their strikers might be a little more eye-catching by then. Arsenal would have just finished a bad fixture swing because they have a nice mixture, as you said. But I think after Wolves, it's not too bad. So from Wolves, it's not too terrible for Arsenal. So 3 easy, then 2-1, 3 easy, 1 hard. Not so that kind of thing. Now we could go hard on Arsenal. We could probably even have a better idea of Liverpool assets. Maybe Chelsea might improve by then, maybe. But right now,
Chelsea and Chelsea won't switch in. Chelsea won't go and get hard.
Yeah. Well, it's either win it. It's either they start bucking up now or start bucking up later. So they have to pick. Yeah. Right, big up Ricardo. Yeah, but we can't afford anybody, boy. So we just really transfer, not making sense. But we have to be careful too that Gusto price don't drop and we get stuck with him. So that's something we have to work on. Maybe we might have to do two free transfers in game week 7, possibly to start to offset. And then Baldock, hold on to Baldock too long, will drop his price so that we don't want to get stuck with these players because of prices. So that's something we definitely have to try and work on. I'm wondering if we do the 2 and get rid of Mubama and Baldock and see, but then again, it might be in the same monkey pants. So we will leave it to suit for now and go from there. Game week 7 is a double game week, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
So then we could go double there. Get 2 cheap assets from either team and enjoy a double game week. I see why not.
Will you do a free hit instead then?
Oh, whoa. No, pal. Too early for those things.
Okay.
Right? But Luton playing Spurs, Burnley playing Chelsea. The Burnley Chelsea might be the favorite one. And then, Luton Spurs are real shaky. Spurs could deal with Luton. Right? Or could not. So we'll see. But Luton have to start scoring goals and giving us an idea of who are the best assets. All right. I think we could then I wanted to do a scout 11, but I feel we could always try and do it on the next show. Right? But of course, I think this is a good template team here. This is a good team to go with. Let me see something really quickly. So this is who is number 1 right now in the world. and they had Sanchez, forget that, so Saka, Sterling, where Real remember Sterling has Watkins. So maybe Watkins is one of those guys that people not, watching too much. That might be a good shout, Paul. Right?
Yeah,
I know.
he actually drew a goal. He gained assist, but he hasn't scored as yet this
Yeah.
season. So he
People
might be
have
due.
Jackson, but Jackson or Dogi. That's somebody. Maybe that's where I know that's where he's trying to get allude to that. We could probably get someone like Dogi from Spurs to prepare for that decent fixture swing. Let me see. Pedro Porro was someone on prepare. Diaby. So that's where this guy's Diaby, Saka, and Bomo Mitoma. So the midfield not looking too shy off from what people have. And we had Diaby. We had Diaby from early. We just gave up on him too soon. Paul. And
Yeah.
that's something we try to patience. You have to have patience with yourselves. Don't be too gone, too rush. All right, so
Yeah.
guys, we will wrap it up there. From next week, we'll start to do some scout picks. I'll actually have some other Twitter content creators, not necessarily coming on the show, but we're gonna start doing some challenges with them. We're gonna start to put up our scout team against their scout team, keep the points, and have some challenges weekly and line up a few challenges already. So we're gonna have some fun from next week. And of course, we're trying also to have our FPL draft pick show next week as well. I'll try and set a date. So stay tuned for that. Paul, solid advice for Game Week 6 coming up.
As usual, just make sure your team's set. You have your order right with the subs. Make sure your captain on the right person. Make sure your vice captain, especially, is on the right person, because you never know. Pep could say, "Hey, hang on, nah, you're not playing today," and then your vice captain will have to step in and get your points. So yeah, always make sure you have your captain and your vice captain set on the right person. Your order right. Try to put your attackers first. So just in case anybody miss out, at least you have a backup plan.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah. I know Vector at all. Of course, please click the save button. Please. All those things that Paul highlighted there, you switch your captain to Burmo. You say, you know what? I'm tired of all of that. Have him, I'll captain in Burmo. But you walk off, you're gonna check something, the girlfriend call you, the boyfriend call you, get distracted. Please click the save button. You brought in someone, you swear drop Gusto, you brought in Odogi, you brought in Digny. He didn't save. So please click that save button. Of course, please watch the show. Please like, share, subscribe, tell your friends about us. We are patiently waiting to see if we got through the nominations for the content awards. We won't know until Monday, right? So that's when they'll announce if we got through the nominations. So we'll look out for that. So of course, guys, we wish you best. May keeper save a penalty, defender keep a clean sheet. May your midfielders get a hat trick of assists. May your strikers score hat tricks. May your captain score abundance of points. And may your arrows be green. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.